My wife and I have as much action as two planks of wood, so when she threatened to get a massage from someone else, I threatened to divorce, but then she did it. So I did it. My soon-to-be ex-wife and I are both in our late 30s. We've been together 12 years and married for 10. We are in a dead bedroom situation, no WWE occurring. It was totally dead for 6 months before I filed for divorce, but had been on life support for the last 5 years to be honest. We both wanted to be younger parents and both wanted 2 kids. We had our daughter almost immediately after getting married. When she was 6 months old, we started trying to have the second child. It never happened, and after 3 years, we started seeing fertility specialists and found out we both have pretty serious reproductive issues. The doctor told us our daughter was nothing short of a miracle and said it was against all odds that we not only conceived but carried to term. It was after this that the intimate life began to seriously decline. Initially, I thought it was just the pain of finding out and knowing we wouldn't be able to afford the fertility options, and figured it would get better over time. It never did, it only got worse. 5 years ago, I would say we wrestled only 15 to 20 times that year. In 2023, it was a record low of 3 times. I have tried everything to improve this, spicing things up, talking, suggesting counseling. I more than pull my weight around the house. We both work and work basically the same hours. I'm telling you this because the usual stuff I read online about how the wife does it all is not even close to true. Over time, I have grown more and more resentful. The thing that makes me the most resentful is she knows I have a high libido and just doesn't care. I, on the other hand, know she loves to be massaged and never took that from her. I probably give her a rub 325 times a year. Almost every night, I will rub her calves, shins, ankles, and feet. 4 to 5 nights a month, I will go big and do neck, shoulder, back, butt, hamstring, quads, shins, calves, ankles, and feet. I noticed that doing the big massages was the best way to get more fun, as she was more likely to allow me to do the foreplay things I know work on her if I had already done this prep. I did them more often a few years ago, but now not as much. The success rate was never that great, maybe 20% of the time, but in the last 2 years, we are definitely in the single digits. When we hit the 4 months of absolutely no intimacy, I decided I wasn't rubbing on her ever again. It only took 3 days for her to notice, and she asked me to. I told her no, and I got angry. I said, "Why should I when you don't give a crap about what I want?" Obviously not my finest moment, and a huge argument followed. Things got ice cold at home, but I wasn't giving in. I was tired of all of it. A few weeks ago, she told me fine, I will just start seeing a professional masseuse. I said, then I will start seeing wrestlers. She said that was cheating. I said fine, I won't, but you will not get a massage from anyone else, that is also cheating. She said I was being ridiculous, and I said, no, it's being touched in an intimate way by another. If I can't have that, neither can you, and I swear to God if you do, I will file for divorce that day. The following weekend, she went to get her nails done. I know how long it takes for her to get her nails done. She came back almost an hour and a half later than I expected. She didn't say anything, just acted normal. I got on her credit card app on my phone, and sure enough, there was a $95 charge to the goddamn massage person in the same strip mall as the nail place. I lost it, and when I did, so did she. I think we both let out years of frustration on each other. True to my word though, I called a divorce lawyer on Monday. The only part that upset me was my lawyer said based on these circumstances, I couldn't list infidelity as the reason for divorce and had to go with irreconcilable differences. Anyway, she has been telling people we are divorcing because she got a massage. Since then, I have had a number of family members and friends call me and say I'm an idiot. Some of them, even when I tell them my real reasons, still think I'm so wrong and that my reasons aren't good enough. Personally, I think getting a massage when told not to is plenty of reasoning. So what do you guys think? Update 1. My first post comes across angry, because I was angry when I said it. I was angry for weeks after that massage, and no, I don't actually give a crap about the massage. I was basically hysterical at the time. I'm evened out now, and feel better than I have in years. Here's a few more details. Most of you are correct, this isn't about a massage. I could honestly care less about the massage. That was simply what I fixated on after I finally broke. Now to those that like to ride the assumption train or, for some reason, just create your own narrative based on who knows what. I did not just massage my wife to get intimacy. I did this for her 300 times a year, nearly our entire relationship. I did it back when we used to rump all the time, back when lingerie was common and not just a distant memory. The full massages just became the only way to get the chance, above zero. The small leg ones were never escalated by me and far more common. Since most people bashing me decided to skim over or ignore the short vague list of all I tried over the years, here's a more comprehensive account. Date nights, weekend vacations, love letters, long conversations where I laid out all my feelings. I'll give her credit, she never did promise to do better, just told me she understands where I'm coming from. Guess I should have understood then that meant she didn't care. I suggested counseling 5 times. I even booked us once and ended up going to the first 2 sessions by myself. When she said she was too busy to go the third, I just canceled and never went back. Yes, the day-to-day routine stuff is pretty balanced, as far as housework, career, and I think we are both great parents. But our relationship was one-sided. It took me a long time to see it so boldly and to stop accepting it. If she wants a snack, she doesn't get it, she asks me to. Drink, same thing. If she wanted to go out with friends, sure babe, no prob, go ahead, I got the girl, just worry about you. If I do, it's 2-hour prep for me to make sure nothing's gonna go wrong while I'm out. A couple years ago I saw a clip of a comedian talking about being out golfing when his wife wanted to watch a DVD, and everyone's laughing as he's describing the whole conversation. I just wanted to bawl my eyes out, because that was my life. I just stopped trying to even go out, it wasn't worth the effort anymore. Yeah, we had other forms of intimacy, we cuddled at bedtime to fall asleep. She never really liked kissing or hand holding, so I wrote those off back when times were good. So I had cuddling and on the very rare occasion a wrestle to look forward to. Now let's flip this over. Besides the near daily rub downs, also pretty common for me to brush her hair, she likes that, she'll ask for that. Painted toenails a few times, back scratching pretty common. Oh, usually draw her a bath after she works out. Does that count as intimacy, or is that just more of only doing things to get a chance to mate with her? I guess I am the idiot, I'm the idiot to myself for putting up with this for so long. And I get it, you're all right, we both have unprocessed trauma from having our dreams dashed, but I didn't quit. I honestly didn't berate her emotionally because of this. I knew she was having a hard time. Yeah, I let my frustrations or disappointment show sometimes, but I didn't get angry. Not until now, not until I had that bad day, and she said, well, tomorrow will be better, can you rub on me? And the sick thing is I felt totally dismissed and still did it anyway. After, I was so angry I just decided I'm never rubbing on her again. No, I really don't give a crap about the massage, it was just the final screw you of our marriage. Update 2. While this is not official by any means at this point, I'll take it as a positive. She asked me to meet yesterday to hash out some details of the divorce, and it was actually pretty productive. We agreed on a 50-50 custody arrangement. Basically week there, week here. Becomes 2 weeks during summer break. We each keep our own retirements, splitting the savings 60-40 her favor. Each keep our primary vehicle. I made a huge concession on the house, it was my idea. I want our child to grow up in that house. Ours was a 3-bedroom, with a finished basement and nice yard. I don't want her to live in a pair of 2-bedroom apartments. This is important to me. I'll be paying a housing alimony each month to offset some costs, since my rent and projected utilities are much lower than the mortgage, utilities and upkeep. We did agree on some stipulations that would end that. If another adult should moves in, such as a boyfriend or new husband, my obligation ends immediately. My obligation ends when our daughter moves out or turns 22, whichever comes first. There's a bunch of different scenarios we talked about in terms of splitting the house if she wishes to sell it. I won't bore with all of that, but basically as long as I continue to make the alimony payment I'll get 40% at time of sale or a buyout. I'm turning all this over to my lawyer this week, and he will write it up and send it to her lawyer. While she definitely had a "you are beneath me" vibe during our meeting, I'm happy this doesn't look like it will be an ugly divorce as I was very worried it would be. I assume our daughter is the motivating factor for her sudden amicable attitude. Update 3. Well, that didn't last long. Lawyer called first thing this morning. Wife changed mind, rejecting all the house stuff we talked about. Says she wants to sell and move into something smaller. She is only rejecting the house agreements, custody agreement is not being rejected. I told my lawyer fine, I'm done. Told him here's the offer for my side then. Even custody, even split of house sale, I'll still go 60-40 on savings. I know some you say this is dumb or unfair, but I have my reasons and they all revolve around our daughter. I'm actually fine with this, not even upset that she wasted 4 hours of our time on Saturday. Just ready to be done. After my initial tirade I have really come into a good place. It's like I spent years carrying around a backpack of stones and I finally decided to put it down. Thanks guys.